Hey, what is up everyone? It's Rich. Alright, welcome to another video. I thought what we would do today, someone talked about Felix comic art, and I had a lot of fun looking at that original art yesterday, and it was interesting seeing the prices. This isn't something that I do a lot on my own, to be honest. But I thought what we would do is let's pluck around on Felix's site for a little bit this morning and see what we got going on. Oh, and then I noticed on the video, the one Jim Lee piece that had the very small JPEG, that was to get a commission, and there was a price range, which was 15 to 25,000 for a cover quality image. So I don't know, my cat's already talking. What's up, kitty? You want to be on YouTube? Don't rub on the USB. I'm telling you, she freaking wants to rub on the mic input. All right, so let's do this. Let's see. So these are Nick Darrington interior pages. So let's look at... Oh, and someone asked me about stats on their pages. Yeah, that will definitely affect the value. Blue Line was a big deal a while ago, and some collectors will still sort of say that they don't like Blue Line inks, and like if they don't buy them. There's a whole new generation of collectors that don't care. I mean, it's the digital age. People are going to have to deal with it. Artists are going to work in efficient means, and if that means that sometimes stuff is penciled in Blue Line, no one's going to spend, you know, $65 to send 3 pages from New York to LA now to get them inked. There are very few people. It's like that's a very expensive way to work, and it's easier to just send a file. So Blue Lines generally will sell for a little bit less than an original page inked over the pencils if there's 2 originals. But honestly, I put my foot in the sand long ago, and I just went like, it's original art, it's my original inks. If people want to buy them, they can buy them, and I price them what I think the page is worth, and they can deal with their own sort of thought process on it. You know, so that's how I've dealt with it. But yeah, if you have stats and parts of your stuff are digital, you should reveal that, and then also it could affect the price. So this is Chris Burnham Deathstroke cover, 2,500. I mean, that's affordable. I'm not. I kind of know this guy's stuff, but anyway, it's funny. It actually looks like the Wonder Woman from the. I guess those are supposed to be likenesses, but done in his style. So let's see. Let's go down here. Chris Stevens. Chris is really, really good. It's funny. I've actually never ever seen him before. That's funny. That's the first time I've seen him. I followed him on DeviantArt for a long time, and then kind of lost track of him. But he's really, really good. Yeah, this is great. I mean, sold. I would assume that these are pretty expensive. They look kind of time consuming to me. So these are all. Oh, and this is what someone was saying, is it's kind of annoying when they leave all the sold stuff up on the site. I mean, I agree. Wow, that's great. Yeah, he's so good. 1,800, honestly, is not a bad deal for this. If these were published covers, they would go for a lot more, because he is that good. These are beautiful pieces, and he's got a very identifiable look. I definitely see, you know, his influences, but then I've seen his influence on other people. But yeah, this is nice. I mean, like for me, if this was a published cover, it should go for at least $3 to $6 grand, because that's really, really cool. James Jean. Let's see. I think he just has. Oh no, he's got some nice stuff. Bummer, it's all sold. Oh, so this is more. We'll go down here in a second. Bummer, this is all sold. Yeah, I would agree. There's 2 things that bother me about this sort of stuff when stuff is sold. Is one, I would like to see what the price sold for, and 2, you know, it might not be a bad idea to have a sold section and then an available section. But that's just my own opinion on it. And you know, these art dealers, they've got their own agenda and reason that they do what they do. I think all these are going to be. Oh, it's nice. Man, this is great. James Jean piece like this would be very, very expensive. That I can assure you. Private commission. Okay, so he's not taking commissions. I've had a few friends get commissions from James, and big ones. They're pretty cool. Some I don't think have ever been seen, to be honest. All right, let me go. I wanted to see the list really quick. We'll go through a ton of stuff. I mean, I'm going to actually not only look at this list, but we'll go through this as well. But let me just kind of get my legs here. I've never really been to Felix's site. Oh, this is neat. So lots of sketches and prelims. Wow. Oh, this is great. these are great study tools. You know, like I would recommend if you're a fan of any of these artists, you know, come here and save this stuff. And Heritage Auctions was mentioned. I've been aware of Heritage for 10 or 15 years. Heritage will post much bigger scans. You have to be a signed in member, but past that, it's a good place to look at art. Yeah, these are really cool. So let's see. I want to see James Heron. Oh wow, look at that. Damn, that shit is cool. Oh, I remember he did like an interview with him on YouTube. $25. What is this? Oh, the comic? Oh, a print for 25 bucks signed. Okay. I'm not looking for prints. Yeah, what I was saying in the other video, though, I do actually really believe is I have a few friends that are high-end collectors. These guys are not collecting JPEGs. So for these art dealers to, you know, sometimes post very, and I'm not saying Felix, there's another art dealer in particular that I'm thinking of that posts very, very small JPEGs of the art that he sells. I mean, no high-end collector gives a shit about JPEGs. They've got a lot of money and they want to see the art, and they're going to spend money on key art. Most of them don't even read comics either. That's the thing, is they're just into the art itself, and they'll know who's either they're looking for vintage stuff or they're looking for contemporary stuff that they think is strong enough to hold an investment and be worth money. But, you know, these aren't guys that are hoarding JPEGs. It's the only people that are into this stuff is the artists. You know, we just want to see the art and learn from it and check it out. So it is kind of funny, but people get weird, and there's a lot of greed and jealousy and protectivity involved in this stuff. It's a very fun hobby, but like anything where it's competitive, it's a sort of like I got it, you didn't sort of thing. It can be. It's a shame, but it's the way it is. Human nature, right? This is really, really cool stuff. Okay, so he actually represents a lot of artists. I have no idea who some of these people are. Ryan Otley. Let's see. Oh, Ryan Sook. That'll be fun. Okay, so these look like commission pieces. Chewy. That's cool. And you know what? This is another thing that I would recommend. This is a really good idea for people learning to draw. These type of galleries like this are actually very, very valuable, because what I see a trend with people that are learning to draw is a lot of times they're a little intimidated to do full figures, so they try to come up with like these type of things, like headshots with a little bit of bust or a little bit of background. And when you can find a gallery of someone's stuff who you know, you may not necessarily be influenced by it, but you like the imagery that you're seeing, you can use these ideas to crop your pieces. Like this is neat when people do this with the costume. That becomes part of the design element of it. So you can get a lot of ideas for laying out headshots and shoulders and stuff like that that maybe you wouldn't have come up with on your own. So this can be very, very valuable. Just what'd you call it? Like idea pool. Lots and lots of drawings here. It's cool. But he has way too much stuff that's sold still up on the site. That would be my criticism of this. Paul Pope. Let's check it out. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, why so much sold stuff? Put it in another gallery, man. This is pointless. I mean, it's not pointless for us because we want to see it, but oh, and this is like, I'm fine with this size scan. I think that this is plenty big. You get the idea. If you were a serious investor and this piece was, you know, $500 or $50,000, you know, generally you're going to contact Felix and say, hey, can you send me a high-res scan? And most of these dealers will accommodate that. That's interesting. Oh, Seth Fisher. I'll go back to that in a sec. I'm a big fan of Seth Fisher's stuff. He passed away probably 10 years ago now. He fell off a building in Japan, believe it or not. He was at a party up on a balcony and somehow went over the balcony. It's just absolutely a sad and terrible story, but let's see. This is cool. Okay, so let's see Seth Fisher really quick. Oh, man. So the Batman Snow. These are nice. Oh, poor Seth. He was an interesting guy, man. His stuff is really cool. It's, if you know Seth's work, he's really, really talented. Okay, let's go into Ryan Suk. Oh, we'll look at this. I don't know who that is, but we'll see. I mean, I'm sometimes I know the. Wow, see, I've never seen Ryan Suk before. Look at him. He's like he looks like a professor. He's a professor of art. Damn, this guy is so freaking good. $1,000. What is this? A cover for 1,000? That's weird. That's not very much. It's a nice piece. I would have asked 2,500. But this is how you feel out your market. If you price something and it just never sells, then you realize you're asking too much for it, and then you got to kind of pull back. And that's interesting. His covers don't sell for as much as I would have thought. BPRD. I mean, I don't know how many people would. I don't know who this character is, but I mean, like, it's like you put Hellboy on that, it should be at least $3 to $5 grand. This is cool. God damn, Suka's so freaking good. Past the prices that they're asking. This guy is such a badass. He's such a great artist. Damn, that is so sick. But yeah, all this stuff is there's a like all kinds of value you can get from going to these sites and checking them out at least once or twice a year. You can kind of see what's going on. You can learn some tricks and technique ideas, and hopefully me pointing out like different things you can extrapolate from it will help you. So yeah, again, just huge chunks of sold work. This is nice. Right. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, now we're gonna look at. I wanted to see this, just see what this art is. That's interesting. All right. What do we got? Okay. Stegman. I think we looked at Stegman already, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, and again, I mean, like you can see, like this is how he does headshots and busts. So it gives you a little idea of things you can try. I don't personally find profiles very interesting or very collectible, but it depends. I've got friends that collect art, and some agree, some probably don't care as much. But yeah, a profile is like, if you're gonna do it specifically to sell it as like some sort of like pre-done commission, I would at least go for like a 3/4 view. I think that the profile, unless you were gonna do like some sort of thematic run of profiles or something along the lines of that, I there's a disconnect for me with just the side view. And I know Venom is cool to draw like a side view, but I'm not specifically talking about Stegman. I think just in general, you'll have a lot easier time selling pieces like this than the side view. But he probably has no problem selling any of these because this guy is so good. This, I actually did a really, really long video on Patreon about this book, and it was just incredible. They're so freaking good. He and his inker are just phenomenal. It was amazing. You can get a black and white director's cut of this first issue of Absolute Carnage, I believe, and it is just, it's awesome. I would recommend it for just anyone. Okay, so let's see who else he has. That's it? The Tomo stuff, I'll be curious what it is. Yeah, I knew it was going to be color guides from, he doesn't even list his name. What is his name? Is it Olaf, right? Oh, these are colored by Atomo. Oh, interesting. Those wouldn't have been cheap. I wonder, these must have been I'm only speculating, but probably, I think Steve Olaf colored it, and maybe Otomo bumped these back as like, no, something more like this. Damn. Anything even touched by Otomo seems pretty legendary. I'm surprised he doesn't have more art. This is it? Let's see. Let's go in here. Interesting. So that's weird. Oh. That's weird. So that's all the artists he has. Let's see. Oh man, this is cool stuff. Man, that's nice. Oh, that's really cool. Wow, this guy's great. I don't know his work. Quorum. That's cool. Wow, that's nice. Who was that? Uh-oh. Man, that is great. That's really cool. So these are all sold. That's so weird. I could have swore Felix represented more stuff. Oh, that's really cool. Man, this guy's great. His gestures are awesome. They're very fluid. This is probably some of my favorite stuff that I saw. That's cool. That's nice too. Whoa. Yeah, that's really neat. I'm a little bummed that there's not more. Cliff Chang. I was hoping that he had like kind of like what Albert does. Oh, these are really good. I wonder. Let's do this. I'm going to end this video here, but I'll be right back. I'm going to actually go to another art dealer site and see what we can find. Hey, what is up? Okay, I'm back. All right, so we went to Mitch Itkowitz's site, and this is Graphic Collectibles, and Mitch has got some good stuff. I have a few friends that buy stuff from him. The fact that he has Frank Miller original pages is just insane to me. Look at this. 75 thou. Woo! That's a payday right there. $75,000 for this. And I know art goes for way more. But anyway. Man. 8,000 for this. Come on, Mitch. Up the size of the scans a little bit. 8,000. We need a bigger JPEG. He's like, nope. That's cool. 6K for this. 6K all day. It's fun because I'll sometimes get scans of this stuff from a friend of mine who's one of the collectors that I know, and they'll send him sometimes stuff before it hits the site. And it's always fun to try to guess the prices on things. I'm pretty good, honestly. I'm generally very, very close to the price. So this is $9,500. That is expensive for that. Man. All right, let's see what else we got. Marv with a gun, 4,000. So this is an Alex Ross all. Oh, interesting. So it's like, I guess the study? Storyboard art. Man, that's nuts. 10,000. Woo! This is interesting. Oh, wow. It was funny. Almost like when I was looking at small, I thought this was a hat. And then this was like someone's weird face. So, this is a Spirit complete story for 23 grand. Toth model sheets. These are actually very affordable. 300 for a Toth. Robin Raider. I don't know the character, but 650. They're nice little drawings. If you're trying to be a minimalist, Toth is real good to look at for the earmarks of good, you know, like ideas and like how to draw stuff in a simple form. You know what's needed to be down. Okay, so let's see. Does he represent artists? How does he work it? Artists. Here we go. Okay, this will be cool. All right, so let's look at Adam Hughes. So there's 2 pages. They're both 1,800. 20 by 12. That's actually, Adam's drawing quite big on these. And this one, 1800. Alex Raymond. Let's see what we got. Okay. These guys have so much art. Herb Trimpe. The Trimpster. Oh, that's cool. 3K. That's why those artist edition books are such a steal. Alfred Andriola. I don't know this guy's name. That's pretty nice. It's like that classic strip art looking stuff. Mike Esposito. On Big John Buscema. Carmen Infantino. That'll be cool. Dude, Mitch has so much more art than this. It's ridiculous. Steranko. Interesting. Yeah, he's like... This is like... He's just giving you a little taste. Wow, that's crazy. Jack Kirby. Commandy. Alright. Let's see. Sienkiewicz. What is going on? Why is it just one scan? This guy's got portfolios packed. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to go to one more. I know another one that he represents Lee. I'll figure it out in one sec, right? I'm going to end this video here. We'll be right back. Alright, here we go. So this is Splash Page comic art. I've known the owner for a long time, and he always gets good stuff. It's funny. I have... it's nice to see what the value of this stuff is. It's a nice page. I didn't remember these days. Oh, it's a decent scan, too. Ray. This is a grayscale file. This is probably either inked by Scott Williams or Trevor Scott. It's a little difficult to tell. It could be Trevor Scott, but it also could be Williams. How's that for waffling? All right, so let's see. Charlie Adler. Man, if he's got it on, oh my God, he's been making bank on this guy. Holy cow. I can't even imagine representing this art. You would make so much money. Both of them. I mean, Charlie just crushed it. The royalties on Walking Dead. I mean, he's made, I mean, you don't want to count someone else's money, but trust me, he's done very, very well for himself. And I mean, the original art is just insane. I mean, just on covers alone. Oh my God. This covers 9,000. It's fun though. I mean, again, it's like 20,000 for this. Draw, folks. Draw and get what's coming to you. Can't stress that enough. This could be yours. But you gotta hustle. Charlie was in the right place at the right time, man. You know, but he was ready to go, and he was ready to commit to a book. You know, when he took this on, you know, you just don't know. So Alberto Jimenez. That's a nice piece. It's a nice drawing. All right, let's look at Lee. Lovely. Lovely. That's pretty affordable. I remember when he did this. Lee's crazy, man. He's chiaroscuro. Sometimes Lee watches my channel. I think he said that he does. That's really cool. Unpublished Justice League Dark cover. That's nice. Batman Death Blow before Watchmen Rorschach. Let's see. Oh, this is... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I remember when he did this. That was a pretty controversial series, like taking the Han Solo stuff and, or I mean, Han Solo, sorry, Watchmen, the Alan Moore stuff, and redoing it. Okay, Let's go to Bradstreet. He's good. What was interesting is I kind of knew Tim Bradstreet stuff from before I was even kind of super into comics. I had bought, I think it was his black and white book. I forgot what it was called. Might have been. I don't know if I have it in here. I don't think I do. But yeah, I had that book. It was like his earlier work. So this is Simon Colby. Simon's really good. If he put shading on his stuff, it would look a little like Lee Bermejo stuff. Shane Davis. And this is how much? 3,000? Not bad. Fregredo, the man. Oh, let's look at Drujovic. He's awesome. So this is 10K. Oh man, that's cool. 10K all day. Well, we would call it the 10K train. There was a point where everyone was trying to get 10,000 for their covers. Let's see. I don't know who that is. Oh, DMZ. Kari Evans. That's nice. Smooth. Alright, let's see. Fregredo. Let's see what we got. Oh man, he's so good. I have a Duncan Fregredo painting. It's a Shade the Changing Man cover. Saving of the Hellboy? Hellboy Darkness Calls. Let's check it, yo. That's nice. $300? So steal. I think. I mean, it's, not maybe just for that page, but oh, this is funny. It's cool seeing them in black and white. His stuff is a little more detailed than Mignola. All right, so let's see. Owen Freeman. I know Owen, right? It's weird. I knew him online, I think. It was a million years ago. He may watch the YouTube channel. Frushin's great. Oh man, that's nice. That's really cool. This is $500. It's a steal. Hellblazer. Let's just check out a page or two. 115. That's nice. Gibbons. Watchmen colorproof. Colorproof? What? Nah. Ain't nobody got time for colorproofs. No. Okay. Maybe these are hand done by Dave Gibbons. What does it say? This is one of a kind, colorproof. Is print out. It's just a printout of the colors. Nah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like there's no appeal for me. Grant Goliash, that's the colorist for. Oh man, these are gonna be nice. These are color guides, dude. Seriously, $15. So Grant hand colors these. These are basically color guides. He's colored almost all of Tim Bradstreet's stuff. When you see Tim, and he never is credited, but Grant is insanely good. But yeah, he just doesn't want any. He doesn't want any, like, you know, attention. That's funny. That's Lee Bermejo. Is that Lee? I think that's Lee Bradstreet. But yeah, Grant is fantastic. He's so good. But yeah, whenever you see the colors on Tim Bradstreet's stuff, it's Grant. Let's check out Trevor Harrison. That's nice. Nice big scan. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Jock is awesome. Almost 10,000 for this. 9,750. Man, that is cool. Jock, dude, brings it. I love these. Strokes of magic. Look at that. That's cool. Yeah, I'm tripping on Owen Freeman. I hadn't heard that name in a bazillion years. Kano. I remember Kano. I didn't know him personally, but I remember the name of the comic books. I think I liked his stuff. Yeah, his stuff is fun. He's really good with there's just a very fun level of dynamics in his stuff, and it's got like a Beta Ray Bill God. Last night I finished Love, Death, Robots. I finally saw them all. It was good. Some I liked more than others. What's funny is that I was watching the one, I was like, this is so Robert Valley, and then it was directed by him or produced by him. Oh yeah, I know his name. Is this the guy that kind of draws like Jay Lee? Maybe. Man, that's actually kind of cool. Only $80, but I mean, you could see where it would be a little tricky to maybe sell that just because it's pencil, and then also let's see this one, 300. That's nice. Okay, Ben Lai. I don't recognize the name. That's old school. John Paul Leon is awesome. Michael Ark is too. Let's look at a Michael Ark thing. Oh man, that's cool. Wow. Someone's having a bad day. If that's their point of view. It's like something went horribly wrong earlier that day. Wow. Big scan. John Paul Leon, the beast. This guy is so great. $1,000 for this, man. Look at that. Nazis. Cool. Someone had wanted me to do Tommy Lee Edwards. There might be some Tommy Lee Edwards in this group. Style guide. Let's see what this is. Oh, must click one more time. Okay. Earth X was pretty gnarly. Let's see, double page spread. Okay. And oh, George Lucas, he's good. What's funny is I met him at almost the same exact time as I met Charlie Adler. So it's like there's like a time and a place where all these people were kind of visiting Wildstorm. I recognize that name. Oh man, that's cool. Love the Punisher. That's fun. 3,500. Oh, full story. Interesting. Where were we? Oh yeah. And I actually had a request for Victor, a friend of mine. Ariel Alvetti, he's great. 1,500 for this? 4,000. Come on. Make that Wolverine 5. It's cool. You can see the paint strokes on it. Man, it's awesome. So that is mixed media. Mixed media can mean a lot of things now, but this is painted with acrylics and oils. That's what it used to mean. Let's just peek. Okay. That looks interesting. All right. Let's do Sean Phillips. This is $450 for the spread. That, to me, looks like it could be Sharpie. one thing you can do is if you ever have pages where either you've bought them and it looks like this, it's up to you. I'm just saying that you can do it. Is you can go with India ink and go over this faded Sharpie and make it jet black, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things that it's your call. If you know you are changing the original, so it's like it might not be recommended, but also if you've done it with your own work, you can go back. Let's see, Ben Templesmith. Ben's good, man. He's got a very unique style, but his stuff is, he's very consistent. That's cool, man. I like Ben too as a person. He's always been cool to me. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. This is gonna be a quite long video. Brad Walker, I know that name. So this is 18. So it looks like maybe we'll see what it is. It could be he maybe does the pencils and then the inker inks over a blue line, and then what they do is they sell the originals together. That's one option. I'm not really down with that. If I ink a blue line, I'm keeping it, and that's pretty much the way I work. So this original, that's why Brian is drawn on a piece of long. Both pencils and ink. Yeah, okay. So it's like either, my guess would be it's a blue line that you get with it, which is very, very cool. I mean, I think that's a nice thing to do. Yeah, there was just a point where I was like, if I'm inking on blue line, I'm keeping them. And, you know, because the normal split for comic art is generally 2/3 penciler, 1/3 inker. So you're watching a lot of art go out the door if you're an inker, which is fine. I mean, it's the way that it's always been kind of deal. But yeah, there was just a point where if I was working on blue lines, I just went like, you keep the pencils, I'll keep the inks. And, you know, we'll kind of go that route. So everyone gets what they worked on. To me, it made sense. It might not to other people, but... Alright, this is going to be a very long video. It's probably going to be close to an hour. I'm going to have to process this. It's going to take forever, but hopefully it's fun to look at, and again, it gives you some insight into original art, selling it, ideas for drawing stuff, and, you know, the best way to test your market is find stuff that's equivalent notoriety of your stuff. You know, if you see other people that do commissions or sell pieces, what they're asking for it, and then, you know, you can kind of start to price your stuff that way. If it's selling very, very quickly, then you could maybe consider moving the price up a little bit. And you just want to find this balance where, you know, you put it up, people are interested in it, and it's moving, but, you know, you don't feel like you're gouging them. This is just my own opinion on it. I always tell people I think it's a bad idea to overcharge, but you also don't want to undercharge. So it's a delicate balance. And then, you know, I recommend holding on to key pieces for artists. And what else? I mean, if you're an inker, not all art is as easy to sell as others. There's some pencilers that I work with where the stuff is really, it sells itself. I mean, the people will be waiting to buy it. And other times it's nearly impossible to sell. So it just depends, you know. It'll depend on a few things: their popularity, you know, the quality of the work, the title, and yeah, it's an interesting business. And then yeah, all right, okay, best of luck. I'll talk to you later. I'll be back later today with something. Bye.